worse ways to go out than trying to save Santa Claus. We got snowmen!
So that was a clip from Christmas-themed action comedy Red One. Joining us now to talk more about the movies of the week is film critic Richard Crouse. Richard, thanks for your time. Tell us about Redone. What would you rate it?
Well, Red One is a Christmas movie, it's a little bit early for that, in my opinion, but it's the story of Santa Claus. He gets kidnapped just 24 hours before Christmas, so his security team, the ELF, which it stands for enormous, formidable, and, everything else, played by Dwayne Johnson, is charged with bringing him back. And he is aided by Chris Evans playing a hacker who's along for the ride. This is a Christmas movie that has product placement for everybody in the family. From Hot Wheels to Bullet Bourbon, they don't miss a chance to highlight the paid advertisers that are highlighted in this film. It's a formulaic story. There's way too much computer-generated imagery. But worst of all, and I like Dwayne Johnson as an actor, he's charismatic. He always brings a bit of charm to his roles. This movie doesn't really work because he seems to be just kind of an automaton in this. He's kind of walking through it. So I gave Red One, which is now playing in theaters, 2 out of 5 stars.
All right, Red One, maybe one to give a miss. Okay, next we have Magpie. Tell us what you would rate this one.
Magpie is an interesting story because of the way that it ends, not necessarily because of the way it begins. So Daisy Ridley plays a new mom who is stuck in the suburbs. She's decided to stay at home with the new baby while her husband takes their other daughter to a film set where she's been cast as the daughter of a glamorous movie star. Sparks fly between the husband and the movie star, and soon they're having an affair. And Daisy Ridley's character finds out about it gradually, little bit by little bit. And we've seen that kind of storyline 100 times before. The unfaithful cad of a husband who's running around on the new mom who is stuck at home. But then the movie takes a twist. And I will tell you no more about what happens here, but that's when the movie actually became really enjoyable for me. Up until that point, it's a slow burn. It kind of gives you all the information that you need and gently takes you along the path towards this kind of dynamic closing 10 minutes or so. So it's called Magpie. It's on VOD right now. You'll have to pay a few dollars to rent it at home this weekend. And I give it 3 out of 5 stars.
All right, no spoilers here. Finally, Richard Crouse, Memoir of a Snail. How would you rate that?
This is a really charming Australian stop-motion animated film starring the voice of Sarah Snook. We all know her from her work in Succession. She played Shiv there. Nick Cave does a voice here. Jackie Weaver is also in here. Eric Bana. And it is the story of Grace, who is someone who has just led kind of an unfortunate life. Everything that could go wrong for her does. And she just can't seem to dig herself out of this hole. And this movie covers a lot of subjects that you don't normally see in animated films, like alcoholism and grief and loss and that sort of thing. But the brilliance of this movie, apart from the absolutely beautiful stop-motion animation, which feels organic and it feels handmade and it's really lovely to look at, is that by the end of the movie, somehow this melancholy story of someone who can't seem to get it right ends up being really life-affirming and kind of a beautiful tale called Memoir of a Snail. It's in theaters right now, and I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars.
3.5 out of 5 stars, and it's Australian. How do you go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.